Sharkie Gaming here. So today we're going to take a look at the Logitech Wireless Wii Keyboard from Monster Hunter 3. Now, as you can see, it says Logitech. Logitech is just Logitech in Japan. So this is actually a Logitech keyboard. You can see the logo up the top. But in Japan, they just refer to Logitech as Logitech. So that's why it looks slightly bit different than probably what you're used to seeing. Now, this version in front of me is the Monster Hunter 3 Tri version of this keyboard. But there is also a standard version just here. That's a standard version. It's just a Wii wireless keyboard. It's identical to what's in the box of this one. So we'll look at the Monster Hunter version first, and at the end of the video I'll briefly cover this one and kind of show you exactly what the differences are. So first, looking at the box of this one. So on the front of the box, straight away you can see the awesome Monster Hunter artwork. It really looks awesome. It's a cool monster there. You got the Wii logo in the corner there. Monster Hunter 3 Tri. Nintendo. Of course, you got the name of it just there. Up the top there, you got the Logitech logo. Then it shows you a glimpse of the actual keyboard inside. And of course, you also get a bonus Monster Hunter bag in this box. So it advertises that just there. Now the sides are pretty plain. They just got the name and they sort of show you the profile of the keyboard itself. The top just has some information in Japanese and some copyrights, bits and pieces like that. On the back of the box here, first up you got some more awesome kind of artwork from the Monster Hunter games, and this looks like a screenshot there. Then you've got the Wii logo up the top, and it kind of just points out the different features of the keyboard, as well as sort of pointing out that it takes a USB little wireless dongle to actually connect it to your console. And of course all this information is in Japanese because this keyboard is from Japan. So anyway, that's the box. Let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look at this keyboard. Okay, so this is the keyboard itself. So it's white, it's got Wii at the bottom there, Logitech on the top, and of course as you notice it's from Japan, so it's got all the Japanese characters on it. Now before we go more into the features of the keyboard, we'll just take a look at the other stuff in the box itself. So first up you get that bonus Monster Hunter bag with it. Looks pretty cool. So it's just like cloth kind of carry bag almost. And it's got a monster on the front and it's branded Monster Hunter 3 Tri. So it looks pretty cool. And of course you get some documents here. That's like a warranty card, and of course you get as it shows you shortcuts. Of course the information is all in Japanese, so I can't really read it, but it just gives you shortcuts of how to access certain things on your console by just pressing keys on the actual keyboard. And also this is also for Monster Hunter 3, so it's got I think some chat shortcuts and bits and pieces like that here as well. So just a little shortcut page. That there. Okay, so the keyboard itself. So it's a kind of a nice kind of size. It's a bit more of a portable type of keyboard, so it doesn't take up too much space when you're sitting in front of your TV. You can just sit it there out of the way sort of thing. Now of course you can type regularly with this, it's no problem at all. But it's meant to be a little bit of a portable kind of wireless keyboard. Now the actual keyboard itself, if you turn onto those back, it does have these little feet here that you can put onto a surface. And of course it takes two AA batteries to actually be able to power it up to actually connect wirelessly. Now normally in this slot here you have that little USB dongle that you saw in the back of the box. I'll show it to you again what it looks like. Just there, that's what it looks like. Now my keyboards, both this version and my standard version, are both missing the USB. And I didn't realize it when I bought it. I bought them pretty cheap off eBay, and of course it didn't come with a USB, and because I had paid shipping already and paid everything, and the sellers didn't speak that well English, I just gave up trying to get the USBs. So just be aware if you're buying these type of keyboards, make sure it has the USB dongle, because without that dongle you can't really use this on your actual Wii console, because you need that dongle to press it in. The dongle itself has like a little button, you press it and you press the sync button here, and of course it connects it up to your console. There's also a power button there. You just flip that down and that light will come on when there's batteries as well, and that'll power the keyboard up. So just don't do like I do and bought them really cheap and just didn't realize that there wasn't a USB until later on, and then of course having to deal with the sellers that don't speak too well English. So yeah, just be aware of that, and it's very easy to do. I think what most of the keyboards, the reason why these are missing in most of them, is because people put them for sale and then leave that plugged into their Wii, and they completely forget about it. This is a USB thing plugged into the Wii. They pick up the keyboard and say, oh, I don't need this anymore, I'll sell it, and then of course they don't include the USB. So big thing, keep an eye out for that, and make sure that if you're buying one of these ones, that it comes with that USB. In the center here, you've of course got the model number and everything. That's the model of the keyboard, and of course the Logitech logo. But that's pretty much the back of the keyboard. Very simplistic. Keyboard is a very thin keyboard. You can see its kind of profile there. It kind of goes from thin to a little bit thicker at the top. Now the keyboard itself on the top here, it has all your standard kind of keyboard keys, so you could type on it. It also has specialized keys, so you've got like magnifying keys there. You've got an FN key there to access second function, so like those arrows on top there. And of course you've got a numeral pad there as well. You can see the blue writing there, and that you just access by using the FN key. Now you do have a couple of extra keys. You've got quit up the top there, so escape and then quit. And of course you've got OK in the corner here. So there's some keys that are slightly different. I think they're just designed specifically for Wii, so it's more compatible with the menus and everything like that. But otherwise the keyboard itself, a very nice kind of flat keys. The keys themselves feel alright. The keys aren't too noisy or anything like that. They press down like normal keys. I would say it'd be pretty easy to type on this thing. I don't think you'll have any problems whatsoever. I don't think it'll be a problem to type on this on a regular basis if you want to chat in certain games or whatever. Play it with Monster Hunter, whatever you want to do. It'll be a very nice keyboard, very nice and portable that you can use every now and again when you actually need to type or you need to use it or anything like that. So overall, I mean, it's a pretty nice keyboard. It feels like really nice quality, and it being Logitech, aka Logitech, you know, it would be a very nice quality keyboard, and it would probably last you quite some time. So it won't like be the cheap keyboards that would, you know, start to wear out or start to play up after some time. Now I can't really know exactly what the wireless range or anything is. Like I said, I'm missing that USB receiver, so I haven't actually been able to try this on my console, just because I just don't have that receiver. It needs this receiver to work. So I'm not sure exactly how many the battery life will get you or the wireless range of this thing, but I'm assuming because these keyboards don't use that much power, the battery life should be pretty good on it. I mean, especially if you're not using it that often, you just turn it off when you're not using it. I think you probably can get quite a few months out of a set of batteries. So, and those are AA batteries that it takes. So I think you'll be fine with battery life. I think it'll be a long-lasting kind of keyboard. So I don't think you'll have a problem with that at all. The keys feel nice. I reckon this will be quite nice to type on. And of course it's white, so it goes with the color of your Wii and all the, probably your nunchuck and Wiimote and everything like that. So it's a nice little Wii accessory. And now back to the fact that this came out of the Monster Hunter box. On the keyboard itself, it does not have anything that says Monster Hunter on it. Nothing. Nothing at all that says Monster Hunter. The only thing that says Monster Hunter is on the box itself, and the fact of course that it comes with this bag. So you get that kind of bag with it. Get the bag and you get that, and of course you get that little shortcut thing inside there as well. So you don't get that much with it. The bag is nice, it's a nice little collectible, but it's not really a huge extra. So that's pretty much what you're getting. The keyboard, and you're getting the box that has the Monster Hunter. Now the standard version is pretty much identical. So this is the standard version here. So again, Logitech from Japan. It says Wii on it. It does have a little Monster Hunter 3 logo there, which is basically just advertising best used with that game. But otherwise the box looks pretty similar to it. It's still called a Wii Wireless Keyboard. Nintendo logo at the bottom there. And the sides are pretty much identical. And the back, same sort of deal. Shows you that. Shows you that USB receiver again. And then it shows you there how it's got your Wii and your TV, and you've got your keyboard connected to it. So very similar stuff. Open this one up. Now you can see this one's a little bit older. It's gone a bit yellow. and it kind of gives you an indication of how it looks after a lot of use, especially if you're not cleaning your hands or anything like that. So I bought it like this. I got this really cheap though, but you can see it's absolutely identical to that in every single way. Absolutely identical. There's nothing different whatsoever. Exactly the same. Back is exactly the same. Even the model number on there is exactly the same. And again, like I said before, I'm missing the USB for this one as well. So I don't know how I got such bad luck that I bought two of these and both of them were missing the USB. But that's what you get, I guess. But yes, that one's missing the USB as well. You do get slightly different paperwork in this one. You get more of like a standard kind of manual with this one. Of course, all in Japanese, how to connect and everything. And that's what the USB looks like. So, yeah, it just tells you how to operate it basically. So, slightly different kind of contents of it. The box is slightly different, but the keyboard is absolutely identically the same. I'll put these side by side so you can see them. So, as you can see, they are absolutely identical. Absolutely identical. Nothing really different to them. The keyboards are the same, the boxes are different. Now, with price-wise, usually a keyboard like this one here, the standard one, you'll get that very dirt cheap. Like, you'll just pick up that for like maybe $5 to $10, alright? So you can get those really cheaply. This one over here though, the Monster Hunter version, it is just ridiculously expensive. Like, when I bought this, I was lucky enough that someone didn't mention Monster Hunter, and so I picked it up really cheap. They just mentioned it as a Wii keyboard. So I picked it up really cheap, but usually the ones that are Monster Hunter branded like this, they come with the bag and everything like that, some sellers want $250 for this. $250 for this, just because it's a Monster Hunter branded, and that's only on the box. The box is branded Monster Hunter, and you get a bag with it. That's how much it is. $250. And I've seen people want like $100 for it, $250, just a ridiculous amount of money for them. And when it comes down to it, there's absolutely no difference in terms of function. The keyboards work identically to each other. The only thing different is that one's got the Monster Hunter in the box and it comes with the bag, and this one doesn't. So if you're looking to get a Wii keyboard and you're a Monster Hunter collector, then of course the Monster Hunter version would be good for you. But really, when you have to think about it, is it worth paying $250 or $100 for it? With most of the times, that's what it's priced at. If you see it, you hardly ever see it on eBay. You see this on eBay all the time. But the Monster Hunter version, you hardly ever see it on eBay. Every now and again it'll come up, but it'll usually be pretty expensive. If you're just wanting a Wii keyboard, then of course get the standard version because it's so dirt cheap and they do the exact same thing. Now the Monster Hunter edition is nice. It does have that nice bag that comes with it, which is pretty cool. It's a nice little bonus they include. But other than that, it's not really... I don't know, it's just... I don't think it's worth that amount of money. Like, the artwork on the box is pretty cool. I mean, it looks pretty awesome. But really, I don't know if it's worth that amount, you know? The standard version does exactly the same thing. And if you just want it for function, then of course, you don't really need it. It won't really make any difference to you whatsoever. So I don't know, guys, that's just mine. I actually particularly was looking for the Monster Hunter version. When I saw it cheap, I grabbed it while I could. I wasn't originally going to buy the Monster Hunter edition because it was so expensive, and I didn't think it was worth it because there was nothing really hugely different. But I ended up buying it anyway because it was pretty cheap because someone listed it wrong on eBay. So it was just one of those lucky finds. And of course, at the end of the day, it wasn't too lucky because both of them are missing the USBs and I can't actually use them. But, you know, at least something, because at least now, if I want a USB, I could probably buy another standard one, which will be $5 or $10, and make sure it has a USB, and then take that USB and just put it with the Monster Hunter version. Because in the Monster Hunter version, according to eBay prices, then my version should be worth, like, what, $200? $250? So, I don't know. The Monster Hunter version, I think it's a bit overrated, and I think people are just trying to capitalize on collectors and trying to spend that amount of money for, like, a Monster Hunter collectible, when it's not really worth it. Going back to the keyboard briefly, the keyboard itself, I mean, the keyboards work very well, from what I know. I can't actually try them on the Wii, but actually typing on them, they feel really nice. They feel like most standard keyboards do. They feel very nice, and I'm sure they'll have a longer battery life as well, because you don't really use a keyboard that often. So, you know, they feel really nice quality. So I think these are nice quality keyboards. They're made by Logitech, so you know you're getting a good keyboard. And I don't know, I think they're quite nice, and I think it's worth at least getting one in case you want one for your Wii, because they are wireless, unless of course you got another keyboard. But if you want a wireless Wii keyboard, then of course this one is the best, and it's probably the cheapest one that's out there. Very cheap, and it's got a good brand to it. So definitely would recommend these versions. So anyway guys, that was the Wii Wireless Keyboard, both the Monster Hunter version as well as the standard version. So now you know what the difference is, even though there isn't really much difference other than box and what it comes with. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I am Sharkie Gamer. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll have heaps more gaming, controller and accessory videos up very shortly. If you like this video, hit that like button, really helps out a lot guys. And as always, feel free to leave a comment down below if you want to, and of course feel free to share this video as it helps spread my video around. Anyway guys, thanks for watching.